everyone, my name is Runa and welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a minute since I posted. I've kind of had a little bit of creative block about what I should be doing with this channel, and I'm just gonna do video diaries in a way, and if it helps someone else out, that's cool. So today I want to talk about the trip that I'm currently trying to make into a reality. Some of you may not know this, or some of you may, but I threw hikes at Appalachian Trail in 2019, and I want to do that for the rest of my life. However, that's not what this video is about, so sorry about that. But before I do that for the rest of my life, I always have wanted to go on this trip to Antarctica. It's a very special trip. It's called, well, the trip is on a ship called the Barcaroba. And what makes it so unique is that it's the only tall ship, think pirate ship, big, huge, wooden, very old sails, all that. And it sails from Amsterdam, Netherlands, all the way down to Argentina, and then to Antarctica from Argentina, and they make stops along the way. So I specifically want to go on the Antarctica trip, so sailing from Argentina to Antarctica and back, and visiting the Antarctic continent. I've wanted to do this since 2012, and you know, it's been over a decade, and I haven't made this happen for various reasons, because the trip's hella expensive, like, expensive. But it's also a once-in-a-lifetime thing, and I'm getting older. I know I'll regret it if I don't make this a reality, so this year I've decided to actively start saving for it. Now, when I have a big financial goal like this, or a big adventure goal, or big anything where it takes a bit of time to make it happen into reality, I love to make trackers to track my progress, because it takes so long that sometimes it feels like you're stuck, you're not really going anywhere, you're not making any progress. But if you can get a tracker to like color in some little squares, or to write your amounts, or find a way to track your progress, it keeps you motivated, and it keeps you from feeling all those icky feelings of being like that you're not just doing enough. So what I did for this trip is I made this tracker here. And then every time I save around $500, I color in a sail. And then I also write down the date and the amount that I put towards that goal. And I have one at home, this one. I also have one at work, which is really important if you're not too super crazy about your job, or you're just kind of like, why the hell am I working this hard for this? You can just look over and be like, that's why. It keeps you motivated. I also have pictures. I have one there. I have one on my fridge to kind of keep it in focus. And then I also have this copy of my screensaver at work. So whenever I'm on my work computer, I can look at all the adventures that I'm saving up for in the next few years. So anyways, the second thing I do to make especially a big financial goal become real is, a lot of times these goals are so big financially and I don't quite make a lot of income, which I'm trying to change. But I usually get a second job to help fund that trip, or fund that goal, or to pay off debt, or whatever I need to do. So right now I'm waiting on approval to get some overtime at work that will be starting in late April. But if for some reason that doesn't get approved, I will be getting a second job somewhere. I currently have $4,800 saved up, and I do put around $200 to $300 of my paycheck to the trip each month. But I want to do this by 2022, January 2022, so I don't have a lot of times to save up, so I need to get more income in order to make that happen. Just find a way to get more income and make your dream into reality. I know it kind of sucks, but it'll be worth it in the end. The third thing I do whenever I have a really big financial goal that I'm working on is I might break it down into steps a little bit. So not necessarily with this trip, but with my investing goals, I have a separate tracker where I invest $1,000 at a time. That way my giant goal of $100,000 doesn't seem so massive. And it's easy to focus on just one little bit at a time. Anyways, those are some tricks that I use. I'm a very visual person, so they work for me. Oh, and I keep a note on my phone and I update it every time I get paid because I don't always have my budget with me. So I can just like click on my phone and I can see like, oh, in February I saved this much, and then March I saved this much, and that way I can see like tangible numbers too if I need to. Anyways, I hope you all are doing good. I'm excited to hear about any adventure or financial goal that you're working on. What do you do to keep yourself motivated and to make your dream into a reality? I'm curious to see what tips you use to make this to happen for you. Anyways, I'm gonna go. I hope you have a good day. Bye. Also, when I drew this, I am not an artist. I took one of their pictures and I traced it on Procreate. So you don't have to be an artist to make a goal tracker like that. You just have to know how to trace. Also, you don't have to be detailed like this. I've had goal trackers where there's just like a little rectangle and that was it. So anyways, bye.